In a striking display of economic ambition, President Donald Trump has proposed a series of sweeping policies that could reshape the landscape of the U.S. economy. With plans to impose tariffs on key trade partners, renew controversial tax cuts, and initiate a massive deportation of undocumented immigrants, Trump's agenda has ignited concern among economists who warn of potential economic turmoil. Recent surveys of leading economists paint a grim picture for Trump's proposed policies. A September 2024 survey conducted by the Wall Street Journal revealed a near-unanimous opposition among the 39 top academic economists to his plan for a 20% tariff on all imported goods. Notably, 100% of respondents opposed this measure. Similarly, while 85% of economists opposed making the 2017 tax cuts permanent, a significant 59% favored increasing the corporate tax rate from 21% to 28%, highlighting a growing consensus against Trump's fiscal strategies. The proposed tariffs, which include a 25% levy on imports from Canada and Mexico and a 10% tariff on Chinese goods, have raised alarms about inflation and economic disruption. Trump has expressed confidence that these measures will bolster the U.S. economy, claiming they will make the nation rich. However, economists argue that such tariffs would lead to higher prices for consumers, as the burden of tariffs typically falls on U.S. importers, who are likely to pass on costs to customers. A study from the Peterson Institute for International Economics estimates that the average middle-income family could see a reduction in real income by approximately $1,700 annually due to these tariffs. Moreover, the implications of Trump's proposed deportation plan are equally concerning. By targeting undocumented immigrants, Trump aims to execute what he describes as the largest deportation in the history of our country. Economic forecasts suggest that such an action could decrease the U.S. GDP by as much as 7.9% by 2028, resulting in significant job losses across various sectors. Notably, immigrants constitute a sizable portion of the workforce in agriculture and construction industries that would suffer immensely from a dramatic reduction in labor supply. Despite Trump's assertions that immigration harms wages and employment opportunities for native-born workers, extensive research contradicts this narrative. Conservative economists have noted that immigrants contribute positively to the economy, adding an estimated $1.6 trillion annually. Furthermore, the Congressional Budget Office has projected that immigration will increase GDP by nearly $9 trillion over the next decade, underscoring the essential role of immigrants in driving economic growth. As Trump prepares to take office again, the stakes could not be higher. Analysts warn that the combination of tariffs, tax cuts favoring the wealthy, and mass deportations could lead to an economic contraction greater than what was experienced during the Great Recession. Bloomberg Economics has calculated that the cumulative effects of these policies could diminish real output by 8.9% by 2028. The debate surrounding Trump's economic policies is bound to intensify as he moves forward with his agenda. While proponents argue that his approach could stimulate growth and protect American jobs, critics maintain that the economic consequences of such measures could be dire. As the nation watches, the future of U.S. economic policy hangs in a delicate balance with potential ramifications for consumers, workers, and the broader economy. In conclusion, Trump's forthcoming policies may reshape the American economic landscape. But the consensus among economists suggests that the risks of implementing such aggressive measures far outweigh the anticipated benefits. The coming months will be critical as these policies take shape, determining not only the trajectory of the U.S. economy but also the lives of millions who depend on it. In an era marked by rapid technological advancements and shifting consumer habits, the media landscape continues to evolve dramatically, often with profound implications for local communities. Recently, two pivotal stories encapsulate this transformation: the transition of New Jersey's iconic newspaper, the Star-Ledger, to an online-only format, and the rise of digital platforms in the world of sports journalism, particularly with the Kansas City Chiefs' historic football run. On February 2, 2025, the Star-Ledger, once the preeminent paper in New Jersey, will print its final edition, marking the end of an era that began nearly a century ago. This significant change reflects a broader trend in the media industry, which has witnessed the closure of over 3,200 newspapers across the United States since 2005, according to the local news initiative at Northwestern's Medill School of Journalism. The Ledger's demise not only highlights the decline of print journalism but also underscores the challenges local news organizations face in maintaining readership in a digital-first world. In its heyday, the Star-Ledger was a formidable force, boasting the largest statehouse bureau in the nation and wielding significant influence over local politics and infrastructure projects. However, dwindling circulation numbers, plummeting from nearly 600,000 on Sundays in 2005 to just 86,000 by 2023, have led to its closure. The decision to cease print operations aligns with the parent company's strategy to focus on digital news, as highlighted by Steve Alessi, president of NJ Advance Media. "We feel like we're leading it for the right reasons because we want to maintain that high journalistic bar. Yet this shift raises critical concerns about the future of local accountability journalism." Analysts warn that the loss of established newspapers like the Star-Ledger can diminish community cohesion and reduce oversight of local government activities. As Zachary Metzger from Medill's State of Local News project points out, local news organizations also serve as a glue that binds a community together. The absence of such institutions could lead to a vacuum in local reporting, potentially allowing unchecked political maneuvers. As the Star-Ledger prepares for its final print, the Kansas City Chiefs are making headlines in a different arena: sports journalism. Under the leadership of head coach Andy Reid and star quarterback Patrick Mahomes, the Chiefs are on the cusp of becoming the first team in NFL history to win 3 consecutive Super Bowls. This unprecedented achievement underscores the growing significance of digital sports coverage, as fans and analysts alike are eager to engage with the unfolding narrative of Reid and Mahomes' legacy. Mahomes, reflecting on their journey, emphasized the importance of focusing on the present rather than dwelling on past successes or future accolades. "When you start training camp, your goal is to win the Super Bowl," he stated. Reid, who has transformed from a figure often seen as a perennial underachiever to a coaching icon with a championship pedigree, shares a similar mindset. As he prepares for the upcoming Super Bowl against his former team, the Philadelphia Eagles, Reid acknowledges the historical implications of another potential victory, but insists that the team's focus remains on preparation and teamwork. While the shift to digital news platforms may signal a challenging landscape for traditional print journalism, it also opens doors for new forms of storytelling and engagement. The Chiefs' narrative, much like the transition of the Star-Ledger, illustrates how audiences are increasingly consuming content through online channels, paving the way for innovative reporting formats that cater to evolving preferences. As communities grapple with the implications of reduced local journalism, the rise of digital platforms presents both challenges and opportunities. The fate of the Star-Ledger serves as a cautionary tale, while the Chiefs' pursuit of history highlights the dynamic nature of modern sports coverage. Looking ahead, the media landscape will continue to transform, and stakeholders must navigate these changes thoughtfully to ensure that the essence of local reporting and sports narratives remains intact in our increasingly digital world. In a surprising twist on the impact of climate change, a recent study has revealed a troubling correlation between rising temperatures and the increasing populations of urban rats. This revelation, published in the journal Science Advances, underscores the multifaceted consequences of climate change that extend beyond natural disasters and environmental degradation, affecting urban ecosystems in ways previously overlooked. Historically, climate change has been linked to a litany of environmental issues such as severe weather patterns, rising sea levels, and melting ice caps. However, researchers from the University of Richmond have turned their focus to urban rodents, finding that warmer temperatures are likely contributing to a surge in rat populations across major cities. Jonathan Richardson, an urban ecologist involved in the study, notes, "What we found is that yes, rat numbers are generally increasing in cities around the world. And cities that are warming faster have larger increases in rats over time. The financial implications of this increase are staggering. The United States faces an estimated annual loss of $27 billion due to rat-related damage to infrastructure, agriculture, and food supplies. Yet the data supporting this rat boom has been surprisingly scarce. Richardson explained the difficulties faced by pest control departments, many of which are underfunded and lack the resources to conduct thorough research. To overcome this challenge, the research team utilized a creative approach by analyzing complaint calls made to 311 numbers in 16 cities over a span of 7 to 17 years. This innovative method provided a proxy for estimating rat populations. The study's findings are alarming. In 11 of the 16 cities analyzed, rat populations showed significant increases, with Washington, D.C. experiencing the highest rise. Other cities including San Francisco, Toronto, New York City, and Amsterdam followed closely behind. However, not all urban areas are seeing a rat surge. Notably, cities like New Orleans, Louisville, and Tokyo have successfully managed to reduce their rat populations, attributed primarily to proactive pest management strategies and cultural attitudes towards sanitation. Richardson highlighted the importance of community engagement in controlling rat populations, particularly in New Orleans, where educational campaigns empower residents to take preventive measures. Tokyo's success can be partly ascribed to stringent sanitation expectations, leading residents to report sightings of rodents promptly, thereby facilitating quicker municipal responses. The study also explored the relationship between urbanization and rat populations, revealing that increased urbanization correlates with rising rat numbers. Interestingly, while some research indicates that urban green spaces can deter rat populations, conflicting studies suggest that they can also provide cover for these rodents. This complexity reflects the multifaceted nature of urban environments, where various factors, including socioeconomic disparities, can influence wildlife dynamics. As cities grapple with the challenges posed by climate change, the implications of these findings extend beyond mere pest control. The growing rat populations highlight the intricate relationships between urban ecosystems, climate, and human activity. Tali Caspi, an urban ecologist not affiliated with the study, emphasized the need for ongoing research to unravel these complexities. It's important that scientists keep trying to disentangle the complexities of urban environments, she stated, emphasizing the potential for coexistence with urban wildlife. Looking ahead, the intersection of climate change and urban wildlife will likely continue to evolve, urging cities to rethink their approaches to pest management and community engagement. As Richardson aptly noted, "We're trying to combat a species that is a worthy adversary." The powerful adaptability of rats in urban spaces serves as a stark reminder of the broader environmental challenges we face in an era of climate change, necessitating innovative solutions and collaborative efforts to manage our increasingly complex urban ecosystems. As the U.S. grapples with economic uncertainties and inflationary pressures, President Donald Trump's recent announcement regarding tariffs on imports from Mexico and Canada has reignited a contentious debate about the potential impact on American consumers. Beginning February 1, 2025, Trump intends to implement a 25% tariff on a wide range of products imported from these neighboring countries, a move that is part of his broader America First trade policy. The implications of such tariffs are significant. Historically, tariffs serve as taxes imposed on imported goods, which can lead to increased costs for businesses and ultimately consumers. Economists have consistently warned that Trump's proposed tariff could exacerbate inflation and burden everyday Americans. Vice President Kamala Harris criticized the plan during her campaign, labeling it effectively a national sales tax on everyday products and basic necessities. This sentiment echoes a broader consensus among economists who fear that the tariffs could result in higher prices across the board. Trump's tariff proposal marks a notable escalation from his previous positions. Before the election, he floated a more modest increase of 10% on imports. However, the 25% levy on goods from Mexico and Canada suggests a willingness to impose more significant financial burdens, particularly as the U.S. economy continues to recover from the disruptions caused by the pandemic. According to data from Wolf Research, the average tariff rates on imports have fluctuated significantly under different administrations, with Trump's proposal representing a stark increase over the 1% and 11% rates seen during President Biden's term. Goldman Sachs economists predict that for every percentage point increase in the tariff rate, consumer prices could rise by approximately 0.1%. This means that with a 25% tariff, consumers could see a substantial impact on their purchasing power. Previous analyses by the nonpartisan Peterson Institute for International Economics (PIE) suggest that Trump's tariffs could not only inflate consumer prices but also lead to a reduction in consumer spending and an increase in unemployment rates. Moody's has projected that the implementation of his proposed tariffs could result in the loss of 675,000 jobs and a 0.4% increase in the unemployment rate. The uncertainty surrounding the final scope of these tariffs remains a point of concern. While Trump has confirmed the 25% rate, he has indicated that further details are still being determined, including whether crucial sectors like oil imports will be affected. This indecision leaves both businesses and consumers in a state of apprehension as they await clarity on the full impact of the tariffs. Beyond immediate price increases, the broader economic ramifications of Trump's tariff strategy could be profound. Experts warn that such measures could ignite retaliatory tariffs from affected countries reminiscent of the trade war with China initiated during Trump's first term. The potential for a tit-for-tat escalation could destabilize financial markets and disrupt supply chains, ultimately harming U.S. economic growth. Amid this backdrop, the prospect of universal tariffs on all foreign imports looms large. Trump has hinted at broadening his tariff strategy, though details remain sparse. With a history of leveraging tariffs as a tool for economic policy, Trump's approach could redefine trade relations and economic dynamics for years to come. As this situation unfolds, the focus remains not only on the immediate effects of the tariffs but also on potential long-term consequences for the U.S. economy and its consumers. The coming months will be critical as businesses adjust to the new landscape and policymakers respond to the challenges posed by these tariffs. The interplay of trade policy and economic health will likely be a defining issue in the lead-up to the next presidential election and beyond, shaping the dialogue around America's place in the global economy. In a surprising turn of events, Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, two of the most influential figures in technology and space exploration, appear to have shifted from rivals to something resembling friends. This newfound camaraderie comes alongside Amazon's recent decision to reinvest in advertising on Musk's social media platform X after a year-long hiatus. The announcement marks a significant development in the complex interplay of power, influence, and advertising in the tech landscape. According to a report by the Wall Street Journal, Amazon's return to X follows a tumultuous period in the wake of Musk's acquisition of the platform in October 2022 for $44 billion. Initially, many brands, including Amazon, retreated from advertising on X due to concerns over content moderation and brand safety, which led to a steep decline in the platform's advertising revenue. Major companies such as CVS, Mars, and Unilever pulled their campaigns, prompting X to file an antitrust lawsuit against these brands for what it termed an illegal ad boycott. However, the tides seem to be turning. Bezos was recently spotted mingling with Musk during President Donald Trump's inauguration, an event that included several other tech giants like Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg and Google CEO Sundar Pichai. The presence of these influential leaders at a politically charged event signals a deeper connection between the tech world and the current administration, especially as Musk's government efficiency initiative aims to reduce over $2 trillion in federal debt. The dynamics between Musk and Bezos have long been characterized by rivalry, especially as both men lead competing aerospace ventures, SpaceX and Blue Origin. Their history has been marked by a series of passive-aggressive exchanges on social media, but recent interactions suggest a thawing of relations. Notably, Musk recently shared a humorous post on X referencing the film Step Brothers, captioning it, "Did we just become best friends?" This lighthearted exchange was reciprocated by Bezos, who publicly acknowledged Musk's achievements with SpaceX. As Amazon's executive chairman Bezos appears to be taking an active role in the company's renewed advertising efforts on X, sources indicate that Amazon CEO Andy Jassy has also been instrumental in evaluating advertising strategies that could benefit the company in the long run. The decision to return to X reflects not only a shift in Amazon's advertising strategy but also an acknowledgement of the platform's potential reach in a competitive digital advertising landscape. The implications of this shift are significant. For Amazon, re-engaging with X could signal a renewed confidence in the platform's ability to connect with audiences effectively despite the challenges it has faced since Musk's takeover. For Musk, this partnership could bolster X's advertising revenue and restore its standing as a viable platform for brands, potentially reversing the downward trend that has plagued it since the mass exodus of advertisers. As this story unfolds, it raises questions about the future of digital advertising and the relationships between tech giants in a rapidly changing landscape. Will this newfound friendship between Bezos and Musk lead to collaborative ventures, or will it simply be a temporary alignment of interests? Only time will tell how these dynamics will influence the broader tech ecosystem and the ongoing evolution of social media advertising strategies. As Bezos and Musk navigate this new chapter, the world will be watching closely for what comes next in the rapidly evolving landscape of U.S. trade and corporate governance. Recent developments signal pivotal changes that could reshape markets and corporate strategies. President Donald Trump has unveiled plans for a new wave of tariffs, while tech giant Meta Platforms Incorporated is contemplating a significant structural shift by potentially reincorporating outside Delaware. These moves are poised to have far-reaching implications for both domestic and international economic dynamics. President Trump's announcement of impending tariffs adds a new layer of complexity to U.S. trade relationships. In a press briefing from the Oval Office, he emphasized that tariffs would soon extend beyond traditional targets like China, Canada, and Mexico, encompassing a broad spectrum of imports including pharmaceutical, steel, and technology components such as semiconductors. "We're going to put tariffs on chips. We're going to put tariffs on oil and gas," Trump stated, indicating that these measures could be implemented as early as mid-February. His administration has previously maintained that tariffs are essential for boosting domestic manufacturing and reshaping supply chains, a sentiment he reiterated by comparing tariff barriers to a border wall. The economic ramifications of these tariffs are already being felt in the markets. Following Trump's remarks, oil prices surged, with West Texas Intermediate rising to $73.33 per barrel as investors reacted to the potential for increased costs associated with imported materials. Economists, however, caution that such tariffs could exacerbate inflationary pressures within the U.S. economy, raising the cost of goods for consumers already grappling with rising prices. "Tariffs don't cause inflation," Trump countered, underscoring his administration's belief in the protective power of tariffs despite widespread economic skepticism. Meanwhile, in the tech sector, Meta Platforms Incorporated is exploring the possibility of reincorporating its business outside of Delaware, where it has been established since 2004. Reports suggest that Texas is one of the states being considered, especially as the company has expanded its operations there with new data centers and content moderation initiatives. Meta has no plans to move its corporate headquarters out of California, a spokesperson clarified, but the deliberations reflect a growing trend among corporations seeking favorable regulatory environments. Notably, Elon Musk's recent moves to shift the incorporations of Tesla and other ventures to Texas have sparked discussions about the advantages of such relocations. Meta's situation is further complicated by ongoing legal challenges in Delaware, including lawsuits related to the Cambridge Analytica scandal. As the company weighs its options, the potential for a smoother reincorporation process exists given CEO Mark Zuckerberg's control through a dual-class stock structure, which grants him significant voting power. These developments occur against a backdrop of an increasingly contentious political and economic environment. The ongoing discussions about tariffs and corporate governance reflect broader trends of nationalism and localism in business practices. As major firms like Meta reconsider their operational footprints and the Trump administration prepares to implement sweeping trade measures, stakeholders across sectors will be closely monitoring the outcomes of these strategies. Looking ahead, the interplay between Trump's tariff policies and Meta's potential reincorporation could set the stage for a redefined corporate landscape in the U.S. As businesses navigate these challenges, the implications for consumer prices, international trade relations, and corporate governance will undoubtedly be profound. The coming months are likely to reveal the effectiveness of these strategies and their impact on the broader economy. As both corporate and governmental entities adapt to new realities. In an era marked by rapid advancements in artificial intelligence, researchers are increasingly turning to robotics to enhance AI's understanding of the world. A recent initiative has emerged where AI systems are being integrated into robotic platforms, allowing them to navigate and interact with real-world environments. This innovative approach aims to bridge the gap between theoretical AI and practical application, providing machines with the ability to learn from their surroundings in a more intuitive manner. The project, spearheaded by a team of engineers and computer scientists, involves equipping robots with sophisticated AI algorithms that enable them to recognize objects, understand spatial relationships, and even engage in complex problem-solving tasks. By placing AI within a physical robot, researchers believe they can foster a deeper understanding of how machines perceive and interact with the world, ultimately leading to more advanced applications in various fields including healthcare, logistics, and autonomous vehicles. Dr. Emily Chen, a lead researcher in the initiative, explains integrating AI into robotics is not just about making machines smarter, it's about creating systems that can learn and adapt in real time to their environments. This is crucial for developing AI that can operate effectively in dynamic and unpredictable settings. By allowing robots to experience their environment firsthand, researchers hope to enhance AI's ability to make decisions based on real-world data rather than relying solely on pre-programmed instructions. The implications of this research are vast. For instance, in healthcare, robots equipped with AI could assist in surgeries by understanding the spatial dynamics of a surgical field and adapting to the needs of the procedure. In logistics, autonomous delivery robots could navigate complex urban environments, learning from obstacles and adjusting their routes in real time. Such advancements could significantly increase efficiency and effectiveness in various sectors. However, the integration of AI and robotics is not without its challenges. Ensuring that these systems can operate safely in human environments is paramount. Researchers are actively working on developing protocols and safety measures to prevent accidents and ensure reliable interactions between robots and humans. Dr. Chen emphasizes the importance of ethical considerations, stating, "As we build smarter robots, we must also ensure that they are designed to operate within ethical boundaries and prioritize human safety." Furthermore, the collaboration between AI and robotics raises questions about data privacy and security. With robots collecting and processing vast amounts of data from their surroundings, safeguarding this information becomes critical. The researchers are keenly aware of these concerns and are implementing stringent data protection measures to mitigate potential risks. As the project progresses, the team anticipates several milestones, including the deployment of prototype robots in controlled environments for testing. They believe that successful trials could lead to broader applications in the consumer market, paving the way for a future where AI-powered robots become commonplace in homes and workplaces. Looking ahead, the fusion of AI and robotics represents a transformative step in technology. The researchers involved in this initiative are optimistic that their work will not only enhance the capabilities of machines but also redefine the relationship between humans and technology. As we stand on the brink of this new frontier, the potential for AI-driven robots to fundamentally alter our interaction with the world is both exciting and profound. In a groundbreaking consensus published in the International Journal of Oral Science, a group of leading orthodontic experts has provided a comprehensive guideline for the treatment of protrusive facial deformities. These deformities, characterized by the forward displacement of the teeth and jaws, affect a significant portion of the population, particularly in China, and can lead to various functional and aesthetic issues. The consensus emphasizes the importance of a multidimensional diagnostic approach and the application of tailored orthodontic strategies to achieve optimal treatment outcomes. Protrusive facial deformities manifest in several forms, including skeletal class 1 and class 2 protrusions, each requiring distinct diagnostic and treatment considerations. The consensus highlights that understanding the underlying morphological mechanisms is crucial for orthodontists to formulate effective treatment plans. It advocates for a thorough analysis of multiple factors, including dental alignment, jaw relationships, soft tissue characteristics, and the overall facial profile. Such a holistic approach is essential as it allows practitioners to avoid the pitfalls of traditional orthodontic methods, which often focus solely on teeth and jaw positioning. The document discusses various orthodontic strategies that can be employed to address these deformities. These include jaw growth modification, which can be particularly effective for younger patients, as well as options for tooth extraction or retraction to improve facial aesthetics. The consensus also suggests that in cases of severe skeletal protrusions, a combination of orthodontic and orthognathic treatments may be necessary. This integrated approach not only aims to enhance facial aesthetics but also to improve the patient's functional capabilities. Several key experts contributed to this consensus, including Jiepan Yun Liu and Xuedong Wang, among others. They collectively stress that successful treatment outcomes hinge on the orthodontist's ability to recognize and address the complex interactions between teeth, jaws, and soft tissues. As noted by the authors, failure to consider the comprehensive coordination of teeth, jaws, and soft tissues can lead to incorrect assessments regarding treatment goals and outcomes. In addition to clinical expertise, the consensus encourages ongoing research to refine treatment modalities and improve patient care. It underscores the need for large-scale multicenter clinical trials to enhance evidence-based practice in orthodontics. As new technologies emerge, such as artificial intelligence and advanced imaging techniques, they present opportunities to revolutionize diagnostic and treatment planning processes. Looking ahead, the consensus serves as a vital reference for orthodontic practitioners tackling protrusive facial deformities. It not only enriches the existing body of knowledge but also lays the groundwork for future advancements in orthodontic treatment methodologies. By leveraging a comprehensive understanding of the multifaceted nature of protrusive deformities, orthodontists can better meet the diverse needs of their patients, ultimately enhancing both their functional outcomes and aesthetic satisfaction. The landscape of work is experiencing a profound transformation, with remote work at the heart of this revolution. The transition from traditional office environments to digital spaces is not merely a logistical change, it signals a cultural shift that companies must navigate to thrive. Brendan Chart, owner of The Modern Firm, a marketing firm designed specifically for small law practices, shares insights into the complexities of running a fully remote business and highlights the adaptive strategies that have emerged over the past 15 years. The Modern Firm's journey began when it decided to adopt a remote operational model, a decision driven by a combination of personal circumstances and the rise of collaborative technology like Dropbox and Skype. This bold move has proven that geographical limitations do not hinder talent acquisition or business growth. Instead, it has facilitated a culture where trust and accountability are paramount. Chart emphasizes that in a remote environment where direct oversight is limited, fostering a strong culture of trust is essential. Our goal is to ensure every team member feels valued and empowered regardless of the physical distance, he stated. However, the move to remote work is not without its challenges, particularly in the realm of communication. The plethora of available tools can lead to confusion and inefficiency if not managed effectively. To combat this, the Modern Firm has implemented clear guidelines governing the use of technology, ensuring that each tool serves a specific purpose and contributes to a cohesive digital workspace. Social isolation is another significant concern in remote work settings. The lack of spontaneous in-person interactions can lead to feelings of loneliness among employees. Chard notes that for individuals who thrive on social engagement like himself, finding alternative avenues for interaction is crucial. This includes participating in local professional groups and incorporating regular social activities into the work routine, thus enhancing overall well-being and job satisfaction. Burnout poses another risk in a remote environment where the boundaries between work and personal life can blur. The modern firm has identified specific factors contributing to this issue, including the challenges of balancing household responsibilities with professional obligations and the pressure to be constantly available. To address these stressors, the firm advocates for clear expectations, self-awareness, and strategic technology use, encouraging employees to establish end-of-day rituals to signal the conclusion of the workday. In this new work paradigm, managers play a pivotal role in maintaining team cohesion and employee well-being. The modern firm emphasizes the importance of setting clear expectations, promoting time off, and allowing flexible work schedules. Understanding the unique dynamics of remote work is essential for managers to minimize disruptions and empower employees to manage their time effectively. The integration of technology into remote work practices has been transformative, reshaping how tasks are accomplished and how teams collaborate. The modern firm's strategic implementation of various platforms has enhanced efficiency and productivity. Notably, the transition to agency analytics has revolutionized client reporting processes. This tool provides a user-friendly interface and customizable dashboards that allow for the quick assembly of visually appealing reports, thereby improving client engagement and reinforcing trust through transparency. Collaboration tools such as Calendly, Zoom, and Loom further streamline operations, enabling smoother communication and fostering deeper connections among team members. Additionally, the emergence of AI tools has opened up new avenues for creativity and productivity. For instance, applications like ChatGPT assist in the ideation process, alleviating some of the cognitive burdens associated with creative tasks. The experience of the modern firm offers valuable lessons for businesses navigating the complexities of remote work. Embracing this new model requires a comprehensive approach that encompasses cultural, operational, and technological adaptations. By nurturing a culture of trust, refining communication strategies, addressing the challenges of isolation, and leveraging technology, organizations can fully realize the potential of remote work. As companies continue to adapt to this evolving landscape, the insights drawn from the modern firm's journey will serve as a guide for fostering innovation, improving employee satisfaction, and achieving sustained business success in a remote-first world. As the geopolitical landscape continues to evolve, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio's upcoming trip to Central America and the Caribbean marks a strategic move by the Trump administration to reaffirm its commitment to the region. Starting February 1, Rubio will embark on a 6-day journey visiting Panama, El Salvador, Costa Rica, Guatemala, and the Dominican Republic. The trip is not only a demonstration of America's renewed focus on its southern neighbors but also a response to the long-standing desire for greater engagement from these nations. In a recent opinion piece for the Wall Street Journal titled "An America's First Foreign Policy," Rubio emphasized the significance of this trip, stating, "El Salvador, Guatemala, Costa Rica, Panama, and the Dominican Republic all stand to benefit tremendously from greater cooperation with the U.S." This assertion reflects a broader strategy that aims to foster prosperity and safety across the hemisphere. The excitement among Panamanians about Rubio's visit underscores a palpable hope for stronger ties, particularly given Panama's strategic importance due to the Panama Canal. The agenda for Rubio's trip is ambitious and multifaceted. His first stop in Panama will likely involve discussions about the operational management of the Panama Canal, particularly concerning contracts awarded to Chinese firms. The U.S. administration is keen to address concerns about foreign influence over such a critical waterway, as highlighted by Rubio's commitment to taking back the canal. This visit will also tackle pressing issues like unauthorized migration through the Darien Gap and the coordinated efforts to dismantle criminal organizations profiting from illegal crossings. In El Salvador, Rubio will meet with President Nayib Bukele, whose administration has been praised for its aggressive stance against organized crime. The discussions will likely center around security cooperation and the revival of the Safe Third Country Agreement, which allows the U.S. to send non-Salvadorans back to the country. This agreement, previously suspended under the Biden administration, may be pivotal in shaping future migration policies. Costa Rica poses its own set of challenges. With rising insecurity and the destabilizing influence of Nicaragua's Ortega regime, Rubio's meeting with President Rodrigo Chavez will focus on enhancing security ties and countering Chinese economic encroachment in the region. The dialogue will also explore economic cooperation opportunities, particularly in advanced manufacturing, an area where Costa Rica has been making strides. In Guatemala, Rubio will engage with newly elected President Bernardo Arévalo, who has expressed a strong desire to collaborate with the U.S. on migration and economic development. The discussions will likely emphasize Guatemala's role as a key partner in managing migrant flows and integrating into U.S. supply chains, particularly as the country maintains diplomatic relations with Taiwan. Finally, the trip will conclude in the Dominican Republic, where President Luis Abinader has prioritized rule of law and transparency. The Dominican government is positioning itself as a nearshoring destination, attracting U.S. foreign direct investment, which has surged by 40% since 2019. Rubio's discussions here will not only touch on economic partnerships but also address the impact of instability in neighboring Haiti, highlighting the need for collective regional action against transnational crime. In conclusion, Secretary of State Marco Rubio's journey through Central America and the Caribbean signals a pivotal moment in U.S. foreign policy as the Trump administration seeks to strengthen alliances and enhance cooperation in a region that has often felt neglected. As the geopolitical dynamics shift, the outcomes of this trip could lay the groundwork for a more integrated and secure Americas, addressing both economic and security challenges. The implications of these discussions will unfold in the coming months, potentially reshaping the landscape of U.S.-Latin American relations for years to come. In a remarkable discovery that blurs the line between biology and mechanics, researchers have revealed a unique locomotion strategy employed by wandering salamanders, Anides vagrans. This intriguing finding, made by a team led by Christian Brown at Washington State University, showcases how these amphibians fill their toes with blood before each step, a phenomenon that not only aids in their movement but also conserves energy. The research began in 2021 during an observation in a coastal redwood forest, where Brown noticed a rhythmic movement of blood beneath the translucent skin of the salamander's toes. This blood pooling occurs just before the salamanders lift their feet, allowing them to maintain a sticky grip on the uneven vertical surfaces of their arboreal habitats. This mechanism may allow them to detach with less effort, thus conserving energy during their movements, Brown explained, emphasizing the evolutionary advantage this adaptation provides. The implications of this discovery are significant, as they challenge previously held notions about the biomechanics of climbing animals. Traditionally, it was believed that such dexterous climbers relied solely on the physical structure of their limbs and footpads to navigate challenging terrains. However, this newfound understanding indicates that the salamander's ability to manipulate blood flow is equally vital to their climbing prowess. In nature, energy conservation is paramount, particularly for species that inhabit complex environments. By employing this unique blood-filling technique, wandering salamanders can effectively manage their energy expenditure, making them more efficient climbers. This finding also opens avenues for further research into how other species might utilize similar mechanisms to thrive in their respective ecosystems. As scientists continue to explore the intricate details of animal adaptations, this discovery serves as a reminder of the complexity of evolutionary strategies. The interplay between physical capabilities and physiological processes is more nuanced than previously thought, with each species tailoring its approach to the challenges posed by its environment. Looking forward, the study of such adaptations could inspire biomimicry in technology and robotics, leading to innovations that mimic the efficient movement strategies of these remarkable salamanders. As researchers delve deeper into the mysteries of animal locomotion, the potential applications of these findings in various fields from engineering to conservation remain promising. The wandering salamander's unique method may just be the beginning of a new understanding of how life on Earth has evolved to tackle the challenges of survival in diverse habitats.